We're very pleased to have with us this morning Ambassador Jean-Francis Régis Zinsou, who's a permanent representative of the Mission of Benin to the United Nations and facilitator for the preparation of the UN General Assembly Conference on Youth. Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us today. Ambassador Kamal, we're always pleased to have you with us. Thank you. We're welcoming also our friends from Lehigh University, Bronx Community College, Montclair High School, FDU Vancouver, FDU Metro, and the Florham campus. I'm going to now turn it over to you, Ambassador Kamal, Ambassador Zinsou.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have Ambassador Zinsou with us because he has been in New York since ever since I remember in my youth, which was the year 2003. So he is a regular card-carrying member of the UN Mafia. That being said, he also has deep links with Fairleigh Dickinson University, which some of you might not know, because his son has got an MA degree from Fairleigh Dickinson. And so there are family links, and there are, of course, professional links with universities and youth. I would like to start, Ambassador Zinsou, by asking you a few questions.
Please, please.
Dr. Murphy tells us that you are facilitator of something called the International Conference for the Youth. I don't understand what that means. What is this international conference? What is it supposed to do? What is it doing? Because what I know is that the United Nations is hopelessly behind the curve where youth is concerned. They talk all the time about youth, but when you put them with their back to the wall, you find in the Secretariat, for example, less than 5% of the Secretariat is below the age of 35. And so obviously they don't have a clue about the importance of youth other than talk. And so what interests me is not the statements of intention that you have about the year of youth and the conference on youth, etc. But in concrete terms, more than half of the world is below the age of 25. The future of the world depends on these young people. It depends on them because youth is by far the most productive and creative part of human society. And yet, we old fogies have made it a profession to keep them suppressed and under our thumbs. And so, where is this youth which is supposed to create Joan of Arc at the age of 18, Cleopatra's at the age of 18, Alexander the Great at the age of 26, Chopin at the age of 27? Where is this youth? I don't see them anywhere in the actual playground of the world. I just see old people everywhere. And so my question to you, sir, is what are you doing to make youth not just part of the talk shop of our commitment, but of the actual concrete actors in the world of today?
I thank you very much, Ambassador Kamal. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you. I thank you for inviting me, for offering me this opportunity to talk to the young people in various universities connected with us today. You asked me a question, a very interesting question. I am here by virtue of the will of the member states. The member states have adopted in December 2009 at the 64th session a resolution proclaiming the year starting from 12 August 2010 the International Year of Youth. And the resolution also adopted the principle of organizing a World Youth Conference as the highlight of this International Year of Youth. And the President of the General Assembly, we use the acronym PGA, the President of the General Assembly, has been entrusted with the task to conduct consultations with member states in order to agree on the modalities of the organization of this World Youth Conference. And since the president has a lot of assignments like that, he has the possibility of calling on ambassadors, permanent representatives to help him in this, to discharge those commitments that he has been entrusted with. So the president has made me the honor to appoint me as facilitator for the negotiations which will be held with member states to determine the modalities and the way in which the conference will be funded so that it becomes a reality. And I'm also, on behalf of the president, tasked with conducting discussions with member states. I chair meetings of the member states devoted to the issue of organization of this conference. So that is my task, to find, to try to bridge the differences of opinion among the member states representatives on the purpose of the conference, on the tasks that we will perform during the conference, on the outcome document of the conference. And also, why not, simple questions as where the conference will be held, who will be participating in that conference. And why a conference? Why a conference? You said you see very few young people in the system here, United Nations system. I don't have specific figures, but what I know is that any system, whatever it is, needs a renovation, a regeneration, and it's done through the, so to say, the recruitment of young people. Young recruits are very useful for the system to perpetuate its functioning. And the United Nations has not only the purpose and the concern of its own perpetuation, it has a task to perform in the global system. And the United Nations is the single universal organization, and has a universal task to bring in cooperation, to organize the cooperation between member states for solving the problems of humanity. And as such, youth is a global issue for which is in the purview of the United Nations. We don't have a youth organization as we had, for instance, now UN Women, which has been recently created, but youth is considered a transversal, multi-disciplinary and multi-sectoral issue, which is addressed by all the institutions in the system. For instance, UNICEF has a youth department, the UN Secretariat itself has a youth program, UNESCO has a youth department, ILO has a youth department, and those specialized institutions are tackling the issue of youth from their own perspective and trying to bring, to propose solutions which will help member states develop adequate strategies for including youth, for, so to say, promoting youth, for investing in youth. That is because, and why an International Year of Youth? An International Year of Youth because we had one in 1985. The first International Year was proclaimed in 1985. And personally, I was part of it because I was a young diplomat at that time in Vienna, and I was making an internship in the United Nations in Vienna, and I have been sent to work with the Department of Youth, Division of Youth in Vienna in 86 and